All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We kick things off as Chopper out there to Heelan will be recorded for out number one. We kick things off, and I want to say thanks for joining in, ladies and gentlemen. Game two, Bishop Heelan up against Sioux City East. It was the Crusaders to snag game one, 11-5, and they did so on quite the outing there. Again, an overall fantastic outing. They put up 17 hits and 11 runs. Again, 11 unanswered runs, that is. Hunter Wahab with the 1-3 put out. He is set down. And now Carter back up to get going in the number 2 hole against Jack Steeler on the mound. Jack Steeler has 12 innings. He has 27 strikeouts coming into this one. 11 walks, 12 hits, 7 earned runs. And that one's sit up high, foul out of play. And we get a 1-2 count going here with one down here. Game two of the Twin Bill here between these two rivals. That one chopped just over Heelan's head and no play. Actually, what a play. But not in time, I should say. Nicely done, Cal Jepson, with an acrobatic type play there, but unable to quite catch it there, as Beck ends up standing on first. And now Caleb Lefavor getting the chance to step up, doing the pitching duties in tonight's contest, but batting third. So Caleb Lefavor, we mentioned him in game one as our Casmium Sports player of the game, a co-player of the game. Every time he reached up to the bat, every time he got into the batter's box, he ended up getting on base. He had a pair of doubles, 3 runs driven in. He was hit by a pitch. He was just doing everything and then some in game one. Absolutely on fire. And now we'll see what he's up to here in game two. Again, he ended up with 4 hits total in that ball game. That ends up as that one not quite in there for a strike. 4 more hits gives him 18 on the season so far, as he's batting .304 with 22 total bases coming into that. Yeah, you get a slew of them coming out of it here. Now that one rises to a 3-1 count. Again, appreciate you coming along and enjoying game one. This is game two of the Twin Bill here. That one goes for ball 4. Heelan with his 12th walk of the season here. And now we bring up, again, an oh-so-dangerous batter, Ethan Erickson, who had 2 doubles across game one's action. Already with a trio of home runs up to this point. He's certainly, again, last year, ended up third in the single-season home run race. He told me during the PBR Spring League he wants a taste of it. He wants to get the chance at going for deeper. But he also added, I will give him credit there, as that one's fouled deep out of play. I will give him credit, though. He did mention that if it doesn't help the team, which home runs always do, but, he's always in pursuit of helping the team over himself. So you got to give him, again, he has a great mindset for the game, and you just can't help but cheering for him. That one not quite in there here, evens it up at 1-1. Again, game one went in favor of the Crusaders, who, again, went from a 5-run deficit, turned it around, and ended up with a 6-run win. And it was just offense, offense, offense. That one's throwing through for the strike. And, it got to talking, and, this is a team that won't overpower you with home runs left and right. Again, we brought up their mentions, in terms of hits, 20+. RBIs 20+ in Class 3A, but where they do have a lot of strength is in pitching and defense. They are 4th or better in 3 different categories. That one sent up high, and that one Unable to catch that one as we continue to rock here with that 1-2 count. Again, the Black Raiders, they have dropped to 16-2 on the season overall. Bishop Heelan with their game 1 win now moves to 12-3. Again, our views brought to you in part by the great folks at the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois, as that one is rung up on as strike 3. And the first strikeout of the game for Jack Steeler. Bondrager now standing up to the plate. He ended up with a hit here, one of many Heelan Crusaders with at least one hit across game 1. He swings through that one and comes up empty here for strike 1. Again, a single from Beck and single from Beck and a walk from Lefavor have put 2 runners onto the base pass here for Bishop Heelan early. That one wisely lays off, sailing it 1-1 now. Again, defense is what helped Bishop Heelan hold East to 7 runners left on base in scoring position alone across game 1. And that number could be more. That's unofficial by our unofficial scorebook. But by our mark, 7 or more runners left in scoring position for East. And then, of course, 9 strikeouts when it comes to Gaswin on the mound. That one off the foot of Van Drager as the key is that one now moves to 1-2.
Here's the pitch. It gets away from Turkey. Wow, that was quite the wild pitch.
Next up, Jack White.
And so Charlie Bondrager will be hit by a pitch and load up the bases. Bases loaded now for Jack White. Jack White was absolutely on fire. He had a walk and 2 singles, and he hit the out the outfield. Well struck. Just ended it out. So bases loaded for Jack White here in the top of the first inning. Swing on kind of nubbed out near the Heelan dugouts. And the 0-1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. Sorry for the audio difficulties here. We get rocking and rolling once more. Bases are fully juiced, full of Bishop Heelan Crusaders now. And again, as we continue to rock on. Jack White up at the plate right now. And that one not in there. So in this case, you know, you got to go out. White had a pretty good outing across game 1. You try and work around it, but actually you really can't right now because you have bases loaded. That one is hit up high. That one's trailing. And that one will land, and we will get 1 run, 2 runs home for the Bishop Heelan Crusaders as they continue off of what they did here in game 1. And they poke across a pair here as we get rocking in the top half of inning number 1. Wow, what a play. What a hit. White with ice in his veins ends up with a 2-run single. Now runners on the corners. So with Beck and Lefavor both coming across and adding those 2 runs, we get Hope now up at the plate. J.J. Hope with a pretty, again, he had a solid outing across game 1's action. He ended up with a couple of hits, including a bunt single, 3 hits effectively. And now with that, The force out effectively ends the inning here, but not before the damage was done. Heelan continuing off of what they did in game one. They have been outstanding and they have been rocking it. It'll be time for East to try and answer when we get back, and we'll be back after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2-0 advantage early here for the Bishop Heelan Crusaders. And on the mound, as we bring it into the fold here, it's the one and only Caleb Lefavor. And, man, we saw what he was doing offensively. But, you know, pitching-wise, last year we saw him absolutely excel. Again, top 10 in the league in strikeouts and just absolutely on fire. This year so far, 13 strikeouts through 9 innings pitched. A .079 batting average against him. He has allowed 8 walks, just 3 hits, and has hit just 2 batters so far in this 2025 campaign. Well, we knew what he did last year, which was absolutely stellar, and then some. Again, he was one of the leaders in terms of just strikeouts, innings pitched. I mean, he was all over. One of those guys that you can count on the mound for sure. Dealed. Ended up with 72 strikeouts, a 1.61 ERA, a batting average of 151 against him last year. And again, you just can't get much better than that. And he has continued on it. Again, 13 strikes entering this doubleheader contest.
Leading off to the Black Raiders, shortstop number 2, Cal Jepson.
So after a trio hits in that top half of the first inning, it is now time for the Black Raiders to get their shot at it. Again, going up against Caleb Lefavor here on the mound. Jepson starting things off, and that one goes wild here for ball 1. And that one not quite in there as well. We have a 2-1 count. Also a little bit inside. We now draw at 3-1. Both pitchers, the starting pitcher was a little wild to start here in game 2. That one a little too high, and now we put runner on. Both teams with the runner onto the base pass here to start this game. So again, Cal Jepson, who had a fantastic outing across game 1, he ended up reaching base all but one time. He ended up with a double, 2 walks, or 2 singles and a walk. And now it is up to Jack Thieler, who had a pair of doubles across game 1, as he looks at a 1-0 count. So maybe, again, the script last time, as that one is chopped out there to Hope. He'll pick it up to second. The exchange to first, not in time. They'll get the lead runner, but they will not get the runner at first. So we exchange that for an out, and we have a runner on first. As now Kason Claiborne back up to the plate.
Courtesy runner number
So
7.
following the fielder's choice, courtesy runner as Ashcraft back onto the base pass here. He'll be running for Thielen, who's the pitcher in this one. Claiborne getting his chance up here in game 1. Swings through that one. A healthy hat comes up empty there. In game 1, he had a walk, reached on an error, a couple groundouts, and a strikeout. Would certainly love to turn the tides here in game 2. And he sends that one up. And that'll be out. Strike 2. Always got to be careful when that comes that high. And you just wonder, man, where is it? One of the hardest things to do is broadcast a game and find the ball in the air at the same time. So the 0-2 count. Lefavor deals that one too far outside, 1-2. And these two teams will meet again here. As again, they will again conference home and home. Two of the top teams in the conference. And again, the Black Raiders, number 3 in the latest 4A polls. Bishop Heelan, number 5 in the latest 3A polls. A 1-2. That one goes a little too far inside. Runner will take off as Ashcraft will now stand on second here. Didn't look like it hit, based on the reaction, didn't look like it hit Claiborne. One of the things here, you just got to kind of keep calm, keep composure in the end. That's something where this Sioux City East squad is very capable of. Again, to get 16 wins to start the season, arguably one of their best starts over the last 10 years as I talked to Coach Miller. And that one rattles the camera a little bit here, staying alive, 1-2. So we go 2-2 here, one down. Runner on second. He's trying to answer the 2, and that one got him to swing at that one, breaking low and away, and the off-speed breaker sets him down. First strikeout of the game here for Lefavor. So now we go ahead and we move on to Bodie Colling, who is looking to get things rocking, keep things rolling. He was the game 1 pitcher, ended up with 5 strikeouts in game 1 for Sioux City East. At the plate, he ended up with a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a flyout. And swings through that one and ends up evening it up 1-1. And 2 down, 2 runs have already crossed in the top half for Bishop Heelan, who now leads this all-time series 33-30. Now the look, the fire, tries to paint that corner outside, no go. We bring it 2-1. Again, go ahead, give us your thoughts more. We want to hear from you. And now here's the look. The fire in there, and Lefavor unable to capture that strike as needed there. Now 3-1. Colling looking to try and get onto the base pass here. Got via the walk in game 1, but was unable to grab a hit. He'll punch up a walk here in game 2 as well. Colling now onto the base pass. And now we have 2 runners on here for the Black Raiders. And their chance to try and answer back. And coming on back again, Erickson. We've had now two rounds worth of Erickson boys here. Getting the eldest off to Arizona here, and now again Peyton Erickson getting the duties behind the dish. A nice swing, Logan Cherkas up at the plate. Swings through that one, but unable to connect. That one tailing outside here. We bring it even at 1 apiece. One and one the count with 2 out, and that one tailing too far outside. Ben, thanks again for joining in. If you want help, if you need help with pronunciations, hey, let me know on them. Certainly, the one thing we don't want is just to say learn the pronunciations and leave it at that, because we're getting the names pretty right here. So appreciate you coming on. Thanks again for tuning in. Anything that might be off, let us know. So here we go. Cherkis with the 2-1. And now we bring it 2-2. It is the bottom half of the inning, man, and there has been a lot of action across game 1. A lot more coming on up here, I assume, based off of what happened. Well, may we see an 11-5 game? We certainly don't know, but both of these teams are very capable of getting to that point. We have the count now brought full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Logan Cherkis up at the plate. Lefavor on the mound. Lefavor already a strikeout here in this inning. The inning started with a walk by Cal Jepson, Jack Steeler, a fielder's choice, Kason Claiborne, strikeout, and Bodie Calling with a walk. That one gets hit high. That will be in shallow center field. Coming on strong will be Fitch, and he will capture out number 3. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, nothing going on to the scoreboard-wise for the Black Raiders as they put a 0 in the bottom half of the first. It's still a 2-0 advantage in favor of the visiting Crusaders. We'll be back after this.
RDA Fine Altron.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here, the batting donut. I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online, or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining in. And as always, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Again, any thoughts more, hit us up. We want to hear from you as we go along here. Anything that we may have missed, anything that's off, anything that you like, who you cheering for. We want to hear it all. So make sure to go ahead and give us your thoughts and beyond. Just like Buzz Lightyear. So again, as we continue to rock along here, there's our camera. That again, we'll have to get that jostled back into view here, but that's a little bit of a look of right now where we're at here. It is an absolute gorgeous night as we keep rocking. Jack Steeler on the mound here. And it is Peyton Erickson to kick things off here for the Crusaders. Getting the gloves all situated here. Again, game 1 went to Heelan by an 11-5 mark. What an absolute switch it was past that third inning. Big third inning and ended up being all Heelan from there on out. Ball one, up and out. So again, both of these teams coming on in looking to preserve what they've done so far. That one gets hit left field. That one's going back, and it is off the wall. Erickson not quite sure where that one landed in the grand scheme of things, but in the end, it was a big hit. Almost had too much on it, allowed Milton to kind of get there and kind of find the ball, get it in. So a loud single there. Again, that's had some heat on it, a little bit higher, and that could have been out of here for sure. What a hit in the end. That was a heck of a hit, and you could tell he got all of that one and then some, as he now stands on first with the single. Carson Fitch up to the plate. He had a solid game here in the second leadoff spot, as they say. Pulls that bunt attempt back, 1-0. And across game one, it was a pretty stellar outing for him, as that one goes foul. He ended up with a single, a sacrifice RBI, and ended up going 2 for 4 in, again, what was just an offensive slugfest. It turned out to be here for the Crusaders. So got a good crowd on hand here for both of these squads battling it out here. That one, a nice shot, but that'll trail too far on the wrong side of the chalk line for strike 2. Up next, Hunter Wahab is in the on-deck circle. Carter Beck in the hole. Nobody out so far, as that one sent foul out of play. We remain at a 1-2 count, and again, make sure to check out High and Tight coming your way every Monday to kick off the week. It's a recap of the week, what was, with performances of the week, amazing things seen this week, and of course, great conversations on there as well. This week, we got the chance to catch up on our conversation with David Mickey Evans, creator of The Sandlot. We really dove into all the details that made that movie possible. Behind what was a wild chase scene, as that one gets lifted into left field. Milton will take 2 steps back, and he'll record out number 1. We're getting a couple balls leaving off the bat pretty well for the most part here. Fitch, you got to give him credit. That was still a heck of a hit. Just an atom ball, as we call it. And so with the 1 down, we go to the top of the lineup. Hunter Wahab up. He was a ground out victim his last time up. Again, one of those prototypical leadoff guys that you want there. Finds a way to get contact, finds a way to make his way all around the base pass there as he lays off of that one for a 2-0 count. And he gets the chance right now to do something with just 1 down. And that one goes up high around the elbows for strike 1. Not happy with that one. In the end, we keep rocking and rolling. And now the runner taken off from second to second. That one a little low. Cherkas not quite enough behind it. And that one gets taken away by Coling. And in the end, we get a stolen base credited here. As we get Bishop Heelan Crusaders standing on second. Austin Larson doing the running duties right now. So now we have a full count. Somehow we've gotten to a full 3-2. Thielen will look, and now he'll fire home. That one too far inside, and that'll allow 2 runners onto the base pass now, and a chance again to try and add on to what is already an early 2-0 lead. So after getting the free pass, now we go to Carter Beck, who singled his last time up, later came around to score. would certainly love to add more onto the mark here. That ball seems to be jumping off the bats early, if that's any indication. And again, this is a squad here that will kind of kill you with doubles, singles, add a triple in there. Again, Erickson has had 3 home runs to lead the squad, but in the end, this is a team that really plays, both of these teams do, I should say. But Heelan's really found a way to play great fundamental baseball here throughout game 1 and into game 2. And now we will have a meeting on the mound here. Jack Steeler, who put up 90-plus strikeouts a year prior, their leading strikeout thrower this season. He's getting a conversation here, seeming a little bit wild. Again, Thiele's always wanted to bring the emotion. We got the chance to talk with him after they swept Sergeant Bluff Luton earlier, and he is one of those level-headed guys, but man, he does bring the emotion, and he brings the energy too. He's been around, done this, done that. Again, committed to Kirkwood, and in the end, you can't speak more highly of a guy like this, who honestly his future is wherever he wants to put himself, really. And again, speaking of Kirkwood, he's put himself in a heck of a place. The Eagles are routinely deep postseason favorite. And again, the coaching staff is, again, grade A quality, second to none. So again, his future is bright right now. He's hoping for his immediate future to have a couple outs here without any runs crossing, as we have the corners in for the Black Raiders. Double play depth up the middle, a 2-0 count, the pitch. That one honestly, that was a little in, but in the end, it caught enough of the plate, says the umpire, to call it 2-1. The 2-1 delivery, that one's hit high, and that will be not hitting me, so I'm happy with that. That'll be strike 2. The 2-2 count, Caleb Lefavor up on the on-deck circle here with 1 down. Carter Beck already with a single here in this one. And lays off. That pitch from Thieler brings it full, 3-2. And that one shot back. Thieler again looking to try and add on to what has already been 27 strikeouts entering the game. Now 28 with the strikeout in the first inning. But he has seen runners in scoring position each of the first 2 innings so far. He'll look at the runner and now the fire. That one shot right in the gap between McCaffrey and Jepson. And now Larson's heading on home. The run was perfectly timed there. The stolen base swing through ends up connecting, as that is a single once again for Carter Beck, his second. This time it brings in a run. And now, just look like that, it's a 3-0 advantage for Heelan, as one of their top hitters from game 1, and Caleb Lefavor steps up for the second time. 5th batter of the inning. He sends that one high into left center field. Forward will get it. He'll throw it in, and a nice hurl to tag. Not applied in time, but heck of a throw. I think we need to revisit that once more, as that was a nice throw. But in the end, it's in favor of the Crusaders, who now have runners on the corners. So Lefavor, an early strike there as he gets on. Again, this seems like this squad has already somewhat found out what's going on the mound for Thieler. And now Ethan Erickson's coming back up for the second time in 2 trips. A shot, a one-hopper out there to McCaffrey. He'll fire to first, and they'll get the out. So with that, still more damage done, as one more crossing on a Carter Beck RBI single brings home the run. The hit and run to perfection gives them a 3-0 advantage. And with that, we're going to go ahead and dive more into the broadcast after this on the iBaseball Network. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that iBaseball sent you. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-camera set up here for you today. A fantastic outing here. A great day for baseball, and we're glad that you could join us here. A fun battle here today between the Black Raiders and the Crusaders. Game 1 went in favor of Bishop Heelan, and now we continue to rock on. Again, Caleb Lefavor back out on the mound here. And again, McCaffrey doing the duties to kick things off offensively for the Black Raiders. That one ends up evening up things there at 1-1. And McCaffrey across game 1. As that one gets set high, and that one's out there in the mid-center field. And Fitch will come up with that one as McCaffrey was looking for his 3rd hit across both games. Ended up 2 for 4 on the night in game 1, but he gets set down on the fly out to center here as Fitch makes back-to-back outs here from the 1st to the 2nd. And now we continue on with 1 down. And now we bring up Chris Ford to the plate. Ford showed some really good arm out there in center field. He ends up sending that one high and out of play, making it allowed strike 1. Swings through that one, and we go quick down to 0-2. Again, Lefavor up on the mound. Came in here with 13 strikeouts, has added 1 so far in this game. And there is yet another. A foul tip. And we go 2 quick out here as Dane Milton stepping on up. Milton in game 1 had a sacrifice bunt, a couple strikeouts, and a walk. Would love to add a hit onto that column here as he takes that one high and inside, which happens to be our weekly show that you can catch again every Monday, and which we go ahead and give you our performance of the week winner, which again, make sure to get your nominations in, whether it be on X, on Instagram, Facebook, and then make sure you head to Facebook starting on Sunday and you can vote. A lot of this is predicated on your vote, the fan vote, to see who wins. A lot of great performances across the week, a lot of deserving performances across the week. So we want your help, and whatever you got out there for us, we want to see for sure. So make sure to go ahead and hit us up as that one sails up high, 3-2. Again, a high and tight program every Monday. Catch it up. And that will be moving to noon here as we go throughout the next couple of weeks. And the fastball in goes for ball 4, and we draw the walk. Second straight inning that the Black Raiders will have a runner onto the base paths. As now Frankie Stoos gets set up, and he looks to continue on. Stoos, we all remember from the shutout he pitched Johnston last week. 6 games ago, I should say. In the end, we've known what he's been able to do on the mound. And getting a chance, he got some pitch hit duty at the end, the tail end of game 1, but gets the full nod here in game 2. Swings through that one quickly, finds himself deep, 0-2 with 2 down. It's been nothing but go, go, go from Bishop Heelan all since the 3rd inning of the last game, and swung on there and picked up another out goes Caleb Lefavor, methodical as he takes down the number 9 hole man in the lineup. And with that, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Black Raiders in inning number 2. We'll get the chance now to dive back with Heelan and the top of the 3rd when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA. Hey, everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great, you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to Insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Von Drager up at the plate. He had singled his last time up, and he gets the chance to start us off in inning number 3. And he chops that one, a 2-hopper out there to second Coling with the fire, and he'll end up a quick out number 1.
Next up, number 14, Jack White.
And now Jack White stepping on up to the plate. Last time up, he helped start the scoring run for the Crusaders as he ended up with a 2 RBI single. Again, Thielen on the mound here for the Crusaders. 1-0 to start the count here. The lefty looks, fires, and deals. That one too far on the outer corner, 2-0. The next pitch, that one is shot on a rope out there to third. McCaffrey bobbles it just enough. And some good base running by White ends up putting him on to first base. McCaffrey had that gauged well, but the connection from the glove to the hand just could not happen. And in the end, it puts another runner onto the base pass here for the Crusaders. So now with a runner on, here we go. Bunt attempt here from Hope. Comes up empty on that one, and we go to a strike 1 count. So appreciate you coming on and joining us for today. Again, what a doubleheader this is. Game 2 has started out almost as quickly as Game 1 went. That one in the dirt wisely lays off, evens that up at a split 1-1 count. The next pitch he sees, that one is on a rocket shot out there to second. Coling to second. The fire at exchange is in there. Double play. What an effort there from the Sioux City East defense. Nicely done from Coling to Jepson and to Stoos for the 2 outs and ends the threat there. So in the end, we remain a 3-0 advantage for Sioux City Bishop Heelan. We'll get the chance to see what's coming up next for the Black Raiders with the top of the lineup, Jepson, Thieler, and Claiborne when we return.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here. We appreciate you coming along for the ride. We'll go ahead and take a look here. We've already seen the road that has been for both squads. Let's take a look at the road ahead for both teams as well. Brought to you by RDA Financial Network. Personalized, innovative solutions for your road ahead. And, of course, for the Crusaders, next up on the 12th will be a battle at Lamar as they lead that series 28-6. And then a first time ever meeting against Iowa City Liberty on the 14th, followed by a battle against Thomas Jefferson, I should say, on the 14th. They lead that series 59-3. And then, of course, they take on Sioux City North on the 19th. And again, they lead that series as well, 33-25. So they're leading all the series so far that's on the road ahead in the next 4 outings. Again, brought to you by RDA Financial. So again, we can roll right along here. A 1-1 count here to Cal Jepson as he kicks off his second at bat. He walked and later got thrown out at entering second base on the fielder's choice. So the 1-1 not going to get in there, and we go to 2-1. So with a 2-1 count here, Jepson, who was, again, all but one at bat in game 1, he managed to find his way onto the base pass. So and nearly every time he came up, he managed to find his way and do some damage in the process there. He ended up bringing a few runs home himself. That one shot back here when we go to 2 strikes. That one gets set up high, and that one will be playable at first. And in the end, it'll come down into the glove. Out of the first baseman there, Von Drager will get the chance to catch that one and grab that for the out. Again, Charlie Von Drager, getting the out there of a big out of Cal Jepson, because once you get a guy like that onto the base pass, man, it gets pretty hard to end up doing anything with. He is a speedster, and in the end, the pop out provides a lot of ease there for out number 1. So Jack Steeler up at the plate, swings through that one and finds himself down in the pitcher's count, 0-1. So here we go in game 2. Again, we're into the bottom half of inning number 3. A 3-0 advantage here for Bishop Heelan, who leads the all-time series 33-30. That one let her high, and you can tell Heelan not happy with that one. We go now to 1-2. Defense now at the plate. And that one gets shot back right at us. So the 1-2 gets lifted, and that will be planted out there. Couldn't have placed it any better if he went out there with his hand and brought it down. So he fights off the 2 strikes and ends up onto the base pass. So Heelan goes ahead, and he officially picks up his first hit of the ball game. And by my account, that is the first hit here for the Black Raiders here in this one. But nonetheless, it comes in a good time. We have runner on first now. And that one gets sent as Ashcraft back onto to do the running duties. Kason Claiborne up at the plate. Claiborne struck out his first time up. Looking to change the tides here. And he sends that one for a ride center field, but that will be right at the center fielder in Fitch. And that's one of those you just go, man, what a good hit that was in the end. Where it ended up, though, that's the problem. Into the glove for out number 2. So the fly out to center now brings up Bodie Calling to the plate. He has walked in 1 trip so far. 2 walks for him across both games at the moment. Lays off of that one outside. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 count with 2 down. Caleb Lefavor on the mound. Already has 3 strikeouts under his belt. Yet to get 1 here in this half of the inning. That one gets up there about a letter high strike. Evens it now in 1-1. Ashcraft stands on first. That came off of Jack Steeler's single. And right now we stand with a 2-1 count. Here's the look, now the fire. That one, breaker in there. The throw to second, that'll be offline. Ashcraft in there for a stolen base. So a stolen base credited to the number 2 hole man as they stand on second. A chance to do something with 2 down and a runner in scoring position. Meanwhile, we have a even count at 2-2. Lefavor looking to end this inning here. Still scoreless. That one gets popped up. That will be playable out there. And in the end, a nice diving attempt. Could not come up with it. We continue on with a runner at second, a 2-strike count here. And we do so to the number 4 hole man, the cleanup, and Bodie Calling. Again, we got the chance to catch up with him. Excuse me. Got the chance to catch up with him during the preseason. In fact, before the preseason, that is, at the PBR Iowa Spring League. And again, he was very stoked and happy to get the season started back then. But he was already, again, as we're seeing now, in mid-season form at that point. As that one's fouled back here, and we continue to rock on. So give us your thoughts and more as we continue to go along in this one. Bottom of the 3rd. We're all at a 2-2 count with 2 down and 1 runner on. And he gets them to go after the high heat, make that strikeout number 4. We've had at least 1 in every inning here for the junior hurler as he sets them down, and they are going scoreless yet again. So at it now, more on a full game's worth of scoreless for the Sioux City East offensively. We now will head to a brand new inning when we get the chance to come on back. It'll be 8, 9, and 1. It'll be Erickson, Fitch, and Wahab when we return for the Crusaders right after this.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence. Hey ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that I Baseball sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of inning number 4 as we get cooking along here in game number 2 of the doubleheader between Sioux City East and Bishop Heelan. The Crusaders started with 2 runs in the top of the first, added 1 more in the second. And now here we stand after a scoreless third inning. We're rocking the 4th here. Jack Steeler back up on the mound, and he goes and evens up that count. Now, goes to 0-2. So with the 0-2 count, the look, the fire, and the delivery. That one gets him swinging as Erickson set down on strikes. That ends up the second strikeout of the game here now for Jack Steeler as Erickson set down after a long single in his first at-bat. And now we got Carson Fitch looking for his first hit here of the ball game. An active member on the base pass in game 1. And as always, we have a lot of things coming on up here. Again, we will be in Minneapolis at Target Field on Thursday for a high school battle between Clarion Goldfield Owls and Bishop Garrigan. Heck of a battle that will be there from Target Field, and we'll have that game right about 4 o'clock for you. Twins game roughly 12 o'clock, so we'll see wherever the Twins game ends is when our broadcast will begin. As right now we move things to a 2-2 count here with 1 down, and that one gets fouled back out of play. And Fitch up at the plate right now. Carson Fitch 0 for 1, fly out to left his first time up. And swings through that one. You could tell he pulled the string just a little bit, got him out slightly in front, strike 3, and now strike out number 3 here for Thielen as he punches out 2 in a row to bring up the top of the lineup here in Hunter Wahab, who has been a hard guy to get out as well. He is officially 0 for 1 with a walk, though, in game 2. A 1-0, that one shot left side. Jepson with the pick deep in the hole. The fire, a quick fire at that. That's how you do it right there. Get the speedy Wahab and get out number 3. So the 6-3 putout will officially do it. That's how we wrap up this half of the 4th inning. We've got the bottom half coming your way with Turcos, McCaffrey, and Ford right after this, right here on the iBaseball Network. Before we go any further, though, I want to go ahead and get a look here as we've talked about the road that has been so far, but now we got to take a look at the road ahead for Sioux City East. And we'll take a look at that, brought to you by RDA Financial. And coming on up on the 12th, they will take on Sioux City North. And in that series, they lead that 45-26. And again, a series that's been just as old as about this one is right here. And then they will go on and take on a newly minted series. They will take on Ankeny on the 14th. They have a 2-0 advantage in that limited series so far. And, of course, they will go on and take on Independence as well on the 14th, followed by a June 17th battle against Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Again, that's the next 4 outings here for the Black Raiders of Sioux City East. Again, on June 12th against Sioux City North. They lead that series 45-26. Against the limited series action, they lead that 2-0 against Ankeny, followed by an Independence battle on the same day. And, of course, June 17th against Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. So now Logan Churka stepping on up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far in this one. Looking to get the hits rolling so far. 1 hit for the Black Raiders up to this point. Lefavor has gone out and put up 4 strikeouts here, has walked a couple, but has not given up too much damage here. We'll have a little bit of stoppage in play here. A lot of energy here, a lot of passion, and certainly we see that across both teams here. And we'll see that as we continue on, not just in this battle, but when they also battle at the home of Bishop Heelan and Briar Cliff's home field. So having a little bit of conversation.
Interrupting the pitcher. Get my fan out.
And
Yeah, you're reflecting on the pitcher.
and in the end, we're having a conversation about conversations back and forth here. We have a lot of conversation in the end. And again, it's in the end, we get back at play. Harmless, we get rocking. We continue to rock here. And we get moving here with an empty count on Churkas, who shoots that one right side. And a nice play there at first base. That's how you do it. Van Drager getting the chance to again field it cleanly there, and he's proven out to be one of the cleanest fielders out there. Again, he's been given some plenty of opportunities in the grand scheme of things to make it work, and he certainly has done that here. So now with 1 down, we continue on with Lincoln McCaffrey stepping on up. 0 for 1 so far. That one gets shot up high, and that will be playable out there in right field. Erickson coming on in to grab a quick 2 out here. As we see that moon rising up over the trees in right center field.
Now batting for the Black Raiders center fielder, number 4, Chris Ford.
And now Chris Ford stepping on up, strikeout victim his last time up. Takes a look at strike 1 to begin his second at bat. 4 strikeouts entering this inning here for Caleb Lefavor on the mound. And that one on a weakly hit grounder out there to short. Wahab the pick and overshoots the first baseman there. He got to it pretty quick and clean, but the exchange and throw airmails it. And in the end, this inning continues on here for the Black Raiders via the air.
Batting for the Black Raiders, left fielder number 3, Dane Milton.
And now Dane Milton stepping on up. He walked in his first trip back in the second inning. So we got a ground out, pop out, and error so far has given us our 3 at bats, 2 down. Trying to add more. Again, Milton stepping up from the 8-hole on deck, Frankie Stoos. It's been scoreless here for 3 innings so far in this game here for East. They've been held scoreless since the second inning of game 1. That one wisely laid off. That one sailed a bit high, ball 1. Erickson getting the gear all set here behind the dish. And here we stand with a 3-0 advantage in the bottom half of the fourth. It was 2 in the first, 1 in the second for Crusaders as they ended up taking the lead here. That's, again, 14 unanswered runs dating back, again, to game 1. Now the look to fire the breaker, not quite in there. That will be off the zone. We go 3-0 the count. Already a runner on first here via the air. Chris Ford, again, speedster there, and you could tell he was not having him swing through that one, as that one is a get me over strike one. A swing through at that one, almost caught up to that, but in the end, we go down from a 3-0 count to full now, 3-2, 2 down, and a chance to skirt out of danger here for the Crusaders. East looking to try and get back into it. They've been one of the more prolific offenses this year in Class 4A. And so far here across these two games, entering the bottom of the fourth, in game 2, they have been relatively quiet. A swing, can't come up with that there. And in the end, that is strike number 3, strike out number 5 of the game here for Caleb Lefavor as he sets him down. And now it's time yet again for the Crusaders to get back up at it. And when they come back, Beck, Lefavor, Erickson, ready to rock right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the top half of inning number 5. And we're getting rocking here with that in the last half inning here for the Black Raiders. They leave one runner on base, and they have no hits, no runs. They have been held scoreless this game and all up to the second inning of game 1. And meanwhile, for the Crusaders, they have been rocking it here. They have been rolling as they have, again, put up 3 hits in the first, 3 in the second. And they're looking to add on to that total here, but Jack Steeler on the mound yet again. He's looking to punch out number 4 and already on his way with a 0-1 count. That one gets hit high. That'll be out of play. We go quickly to 0-2. And trying to paint the outside corner. No go on that one. Make sure to get your nominations in for Performance of the Week. Chance to highlight great, not just game performances, but week-long performances. Did somebody go without not reaching the base pass? Did someone go a string of hits across multiple games where their home runs galore? I mean, in the end, we want to hear about it. And right now, we're going to hear about Jack Steeler's 4th strikeout here as Carter Beck is set down for the first time here in this one. Again, that was the first time that Beck has been sent down after 2 singles and a run driven in. And now Caleb Lefavor, who has walked, singled, and scored a run. Again, with one down, that 1-0 count here. Lefavor has yet to not reach the base paths here across this doubleheader. So far in game 2, again, walk and a single. Lays off that one, 2-0 the count. Again, it was an 11-5 win for Bishop Heelan in game 1. They have taken that momentum now as a 3-0 advantage into the top half of inning number 5. The 3-0, that one's too far in there, says Blue. And in the end, we have a runner onto the base pass yet again. Seems to be kind of a mainstay here for Heelan as they continue to put the pressure on with one down. And now as we continued on, we do got to mention that this broadcast brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. As always, please go ahead and give a shout out their way. They help bring us these broadcasts each and every week. And boy, it's always a pleasure to do this. I have a lot of fun, and I hope you have a lot of fun in the process. So the 0-1 count, bunt attempt, and now the runner taken off to second. The throw, nice throw, but just couldn't get the tag applied there. Cherkis, he could tell, a little upset by that. In the end, just squirts out of the glove of Calling. And in the end, it's a stolen base credited here for the Crusaders yet again. That marks their second of the game so far. And Wisely lays off of that one. We go now 1-2 the count. So with a runner on second, one down, Heelan trying to add to that 3-0 lead. And that one takes a big chunk out of Blue behind the plate. That's why you have the mask. He seems to be okay. He seems to be looking good, and we keep rocking from here. Again, a great chance to remind you, check out Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. A prime place for a great meal and beyond. And as always, we want to make sure that that we are giving our due shout out here to all the umpires out there, because again, even though you have protective gear, you get things coming at you pretty quickly. In the end, they're all tough and they do a great job, but please thank them when you get the chance, because in the end, we can't have the game without them. So thank the umpires that you see today. And right now, we keep rocking with the 1-2 count, one down. That one gets sent high. That one is going into left center field, but that will be camped under by Ford. In the end, they'll allow the runner to take on to third. The throw! Yes, he got him. What a play. What a throw by Chris Ford. Wow, you got an arm out there, and it's hard to run on him. What a double play in the process, and that ends the half inning for Bishop Heelan and the Crusaders. All right, it'll be time now as we get the rock to the bottom half of the inning. It will be the bottom half of the fifth with Stoos, Jepson, and Thieler when we return.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast. Andrew Brown here as we continue now as we get into the bottom half of the inning. And once again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. As always, give us your thoughts, more, and again, comments galore. We'd love to hear from you as we get set for the bottom of inning number 5.
Leading off for the Black Raiders, first baseman, number 18, Frankie Stoos.
And now Frankie Stoos getting the duties here as he is rocking it for, again, up to the plate for the second time here in this one. Swings through that one for strike one. Again, any scores around the area, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. That one gets sent high, and that is well out of play. And now that one's in there for the strikeout, and nicely done. Keeps working that, as that effectively is strikeout number 6 on the day here for Caleb Lefavor, and pitching for Sioux City Bishop Heelan has been nothing short of on point as they start the inning with a strikeout. And now bring the top of the lineup back here in Cal Jepson. And that one gets sent foul out of play. Jepson so far has popped out and reached via walk. Now that one gets hit high. That will be playable out there. Off into the foul territory they go, and 3 Crusaders could not converge on that ball. That one ends up as just a loud strike as we go to 0-2. So the 0-2 count already with 1 down here. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5. And time ticking away here for East to try and get something going offensively. That one on a chopper out there to Lefavor, and he'll quickly record out number 2. And that's always a big out when you can get that. The 1-3 put out now brings up Jack Steeler to the plate. And you have effectively, what you've effectively done is you have eliminated that early scoring that Sioux City East continues to put out there. Sioux City East has routinely gone out scoring early. Again, nearly a third of their runs coming in the first 2 innings. And they have continually been a strong team offensively early. We saw that in game 1. That was kind of the MO, a key to the game. But now we've had a little bit of trouble. They've had a little bit of trouble getting that offense going here. They've only had 1 hit through the first 3 innings, and so far, that's all that they've managed up to this point. And that one goes too far inside. Jack Steeler will now head on to the base pass after being hit by a pitch.
Runner number 7, Quentin Ashcraft.
And now Quentin Ashcraft will get the chance once more to get on to the bases after a hit by a pitch. Steeler, and as he'll head back to the dugout. And now we get Kason Claiborne stepping on up to the plate. So far, he has grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. It's still a 3-0 advantage, Heelan, and right now it seems like you might need 12 innings if you're going to try and get back into this one. East, very much a team capable of doing that, but haven't found their rhythm so far here in game 2. So Ashcraft sitting there on first. That ball goes too far outside with the 1-0 count now. That one was some high cheddar that he ended up obliging on, and ends up swinging empty in that one, 1-2. A quick throw on over there. Again, this is a Heelan squad that has just kind of methodically put up runs. They've put up hits, and they've gotten it to there. And I think, again, the key that I looked at across both of these games here for Heelan is that they need to constantly be up there with the defense and the pitching. And right now, both of that has limited this East squad. And that's kind of where, it sounds simplistic, but you got to go after him with. That one is sky. That's a major league pop-up, but that's playable. And caught there by Erickson with what a catch. Peyton Erickson ends up capturing out number 3, and that one was hard to find, let alone capture. The diving stop and the defensive web gem gets them out of the inning. So Claiborne will pop up. A heck of an effort here by Erickson, and that is how we continue on into the late stages of this game. We'll hit the 6th inning, and it will be 5-6-7 when we come back for the Crusaders right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. We are having a blast here in Sioux City. The Black Raiders and the Crusaders battling it out. This is game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1 went to Bishop Heelan by the mark of 11-5. And since then, it has been all Crusaders.
Now batting for Heelan, number 33, Charlie James Reggie.
And now we get started here. That one is sent back, a foul ball to start things off as we get rocking here in the top half of inning number 6. Thanks again for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Brown giving you the balls and strikes here. And that one laced out there to second. A rope that was hard to catch from the get-go ends up going by calling, as that will be into the grass, and a single here for the number 5 hole man. And Von Drager, as he gets his second hit of the game. He is officially 2 for 3 on the night with a single back in the first and now here in the 6th. And now Jack White stepping on up to the plate. Singled back in the first, brought home 2. Also reached via error. That one sails up high. Bunt attempt called back here, and we have a 1-0 count. Hope up next here in the on-deck circle here for Bishop Heelan. Bunt attempt once again taken away there, and now 2-0 the count. And that one goes out, and that hits off of the roof of the concession stand. And now we bring it to 2-1. Again, this is not where Sioux City East really wants to be in the grand scheme of things, but certainly if they're going to come back, the guy in the mound right now is going to be the guy to try and get them there. Bunt attempt laid down perfectly. Thieler with one pitch, and that is to first. The sacrifice goes to perfection, as now a runner stands on second in scoring position once more. And this is a Heelan squad that's making a big routine out of it right now. Again, that's the 3rd inning in which they've had a runner in scoring position. Make it 4th inning, I should say, with a runner in scoring position. As now we got a runner on second and a pitch runner at that. It'll be making sure bring up the notes here. Number 1 here for the Crusaders. And Cal Geese. Or Cal Geis. Regardless of man. Geesey. Thank you. Cal Geesey, that is. A freshman looking to keep what's going on. It's been alive, loud, and proud here for the Crusaders right now. Hope to up on at the plate right now. We get a 1-1 count. There is one down, and man, a chance to try and do something more. Three runs, it seems big right now, but in the end, as we saw across his. I'm sorry, folks. Change that to now 1 and 2. Anyway, this 3 runs may seem like a big lead right now, but in the end, this is a East squad that has proven to put runs in bunches. We've seen it before. We can easily see it again here tonight. Here's the 1-2, the look and the fire. That one chopped left side on the wrong side of the chalk line, though. He'll have to head back, and we remain at 1 and 2. JJ Hope so far in this game has reached via fielder's choice, grounded into a double play. Would love to add a hit to that mark. Again, with the speed on second, you got to think that a single or at least one in the gap could score. That one, though, gets hit high out of play, and we live to fight on once more here with a 1-2 count. So Jack Steeler right now looking at 4 strikeouts. He'd love to snag another one here. East has yet. They've gone on 10 scoreless innings dating back to game 1. And that one, some high heat, looked tantalizing, but in the end, goes for strike 3. And now we have 2 down here with the 8-hole man and Peyton Erickson up at the plate. So 5 strikeouts now for Thieler on the night. Erickson, along with a really good catch, is officially 1 for 2 at the plate with a single back in the second. And now the fire, that one will be too far out of the zone. We go 1-0. Again, the scoring has gone like this as we look at 2 runs in the top half of the second for Bishop Heelan, 1 more in the top half of the third, and since then it has been a scoreless run since. Again, for Bishop Heelan, they keep on adding here and there. Just 2 innings here in game 2 in which they have not had a hit or a runner in scoring position. That one dialed in for the strike, 2-1. And that one in there, that goes for a strike. We go to a 2-strike count, 2-2, and a chance for Thieler and the Black Raiders to get out of this one here. Runner on second. Thieler will sit there. Peyton Erickson looking for a second hit of the game. And that one will go too far outside, and now we draw it full. One thing that's been count on here is that you get full counts from a lot of this lineup here in Bishop Heelan. The look to fire, that one keeps the at-bat alive. Thieler looking for strikeout 6. Erickson looking for hit number 2. Who will win the battle here? Both have been on game so far. The next pitch, that one's in the dirt. Peyton Erickson says that he had a piece of it anyway. And a little bit of confusion there. Ends up, we're continuing on with the at-bat, but Erickson was very sure he got a piece of that one. And in the end, both umpires said he did too. So we continue on with yet another full count here. Heelan staring down. Erickson says, hey, I'll take a step out here. Erickson looking to grab yet another hit. And he'll swing through the high heat, and there's some energy there from Jack Heelan as he sets him down for strikeout number 6 of the game. In the end, it's still a 3-0 advantage. Sioux City Bishop Heelan on top as we now head to the bottom half of the inning. And when we do, calling Cherkas and McCaffrey coming on up after this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the Batting Donut and check them out at the Batting Donut online or hit them up at sweetenyourswing.com. And while you're there, let them know that IA Baseball sent you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast. Appreciate you hopping along with us as we now move to the bottom half of the inning. And now just 6 outs remain for Sioux City East to try and claw their way back into this one. It's been a 3-0 lead here for Bishop Heelan since the end of the second inning. And in the end, Sioux City East going on a 10-plus inning drought, not able to score a run here. So far, they have 1 hit registered to them here in Game 2. It's been a gem of a game thrown by Caleb Lefavor on the mound after a day in Game 1 in which he reached base all 5 times, had 4 hits, 3 runs driven in. And so offensively, he's done it, and now pitching-wise, defensively, he's doing it again. And now we continue to rock on. Again, Bodie Calling stepping on up, taking strike 1. And again, as we continue it, and rock on again, adding to his 13 strikeouts so far, Caleb Lefavor. That one low away, though. Lefavor has 6 strikeouts in this one, came in with 13, now 19 total on the season. Again, he was an individual with 70-plus strikeouts a year prior, right behind Jaron Bleeker with his 96. So a heck of a 1-2 punch, but I got to say, you're getting a very good 1-2 punch out of Bishop Heelan here in this 2025 season with Lefavor and Gaswint, who we saw in Game 1. So the full count here, and that one gets sent right back, and that's the second time the home plate umpire in this game has had a ball sent right back into his grill. Taking some time there, something fell out. And certainly, again, great job, Erickson, just heading on over to the mound, giving some time here for Blue to kind of catch himself a little bit. Again, that's just veteranship behind the dish there. And again, you can tell there's a lot of respect for these guys when it comes to umpires, a lot of respect for the game that they have. And again, the guy behind the plate right now certainly showcasing that here. Giving some extra time for the ump, and now we're back at it. The full count gets driven high, and that will go right side. And in the end, we will get the catch there. And that will start with a Bodie calling pop out as we get rolling out with Logan Cherkos to the plate, who is officially 0 for 2 so far. Cherkos takes a look at strike one. And the 0-1, not quite in there. We make it at 1-1 here. 1-1 with one down here. On the mound here has been a sensational outing, 6 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings worth for Caleb Lefavor, who came into today with, again, 13 strikeouts. As that one is a hot rocket out there to first, a nice pick play, and did they beat the runner? And in the end, they did get him. That was a really close play there. In the end, that was, again, it gets the out, and we continue to move on now with Lincoln McCaffrey, who is also over 2.
Third baseman number 1, Lincoln McCaffrey.
That one honestly could have been taken by the first baseman and head on over. But again, the underhand throw to try and nab him, and he did at first. So a nice play in the end, as now we continue to rock on here. Now 2 down. And an 0-1 count here. Lefavor dials in strike 2, letter high. And this is not what the Black Raiders need here to go 1-2-3. And now Lefavor will dial on that one a little inside. And we go 1-2. Just one hit so far for the Black Raiders. They're trying to desperately to inch that one and change the fate there. And that will definitely not help it. Make it 7 strikeouts on the night here for Caleb Lefavor on the mound. You just can't get much better than what he's putting out here across both games. Game 2, an exceptional performance on the mound. And now we head in to the last inning of play, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 7th, and when we come back, it'll be Bishop Heelan to try and add to their 3-0 lead after this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here. Hey, everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great, you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to Insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we continue on, we are now moving on to the top half of inning number 7. And as we do so, this broadcast brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse. Check them on out. Head on over to Galena, Illinois for some great food and some great dining experience. Make sure that you check it out. And what a great part of town, and just have a relaxing time while you're at it. Again, perfection awaits. Just head on over to the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. All right, so we get rocking now. We'll have a new pitcher on to the mound. Cal Jepson for Sioux City East. Looking to shut the door on any more for Bishop Heelan. And Jepson so far has a 1-0 record through 7 innings pitched. He has done his due diligence for sure. 17 strikeouts. Teams hitting just 185 against him as he has allowed just 1 earned run, just 3 walks on his time on the mound here in 2025. So we get rocking here, and we do so with the number 9 hole man, second leadoff in Carson Fitch, who is 0 for 2 after striking a couple hits in game 1. And he'll take a fastball low and away, strike 1. Jepson, quick work. He goes up high, but too high, says Blue. Now we go even at 1-1. Bishop Heelan already with a win under their belt in game 1. They have the advantage here, game 2. And again, some tension has been built across this game. As that one, as a one chopper out there, the third, Claiborne will fire across the diamond, and he'll capture the out. A much needed one at that, as Fitch is set down with the 5-3 putout. That'll bring up Hunter Wahab to the plate. He has reached base on a walk and is looking for his first official hit here in game 2 after a strong outing in game 1. And the top of the order will start with ball 1, low and off the shins here with a 1-0 count. And that pitch will find its way. Nice enough. 1-1 here, the count. That one not quite there. We go ball 2. And that one will find the outer edge. That'll find it easily enough here. Now we go to a 2-strike count. Jepson quick with that. He'll fire that one back. A couple scores here for you to take note of. We have Wallert ends up. They go on to take game 2 of what was the season opening doubleheader that got rained out. And there's a strike for Cal Jepson, his first of the game as Wahab set down. So 2 down. Again, Wallert taking their, again, rained out game against Xavier, which was 1-0 Xavier in the 4th. And they end up taking that game by the mark of 2-1. Game 1 between Dubuque, Hempstead, Cascade, 13-7. Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln over Lamar is 5-1. Later won game 2. North Lynn over Alburnett, 10-5. 13-0 Waller over Independence in that battle. Exira Elkhorn Kimballton over Griswold, 2-1. Sigourney over Belle Plaine, 18-5. Highland over Louisa Muscatine, 3-2. 9-1 Linville Sully over Albia as that one goes in for the strikeout. 2 consecutive strikeouts and 2 consecutive outs make it 3 in a row, as that is the quickest inning that the Crusaders have had offensively. And now it's do or die time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have the bottom half of the inning coming on up after we go ahead. We'll give you some more score updates here for you. Mediapolis over West Burlington, 10-9 in a barn burner there. Moravia over Twin Cedars, 9-4. Akron Westfield pelts Alta Aurelia, 12-2 in game 1 there. Southwest Valley, 14-1 over Central Decatur. Game 2, Council Bluffs Lincoln over Lamar's, 10-0. Nottoway Valley loses to Wayne, 11-1. Meanwhile, North Lynn takes the sweep over Alburnett, 3-0. East Mills over Hamburg, 17-2. Meanwhile, Assumption takes a barn-burning shootout, 9-8 over Western Dubuque. And Grundy Center with a 14-4 win over Applington Parkersburg. Indianola takes down Knoxville 12-0. Unity Christian over Hudson 11-1. Davenport North takes the win 10-0 over Makokata. And St. Albert falls to Kemper Catholic 10-7. Meanwhile, Benton over Monticello 16-5. 19-0 Linn-Mar gets back in the win column against Clinton. Meanwhile, Ogden takes down Panorama 13-1. Pleasantville in a big win over I-35. That's a huge win, 15-0. And Ridgeview over South O'Brien 16-1. Valley down Southeast Polk and wins for Mount Pleasant, Hinton. And Coon Rapids Bayard over Stanton 16-4. And Newman Catholic over East Buchanan 11-1. Hillcrest Academy over Lone Tree 2-0. As now we get back into the mix here. It's the bottom half of the inning. It's do or die time. It has been 12 scoreless innings dating back to game 1 here for Sioux City East. And they're trying to break out of it in a big way here. Right now they find themselves down to their final 3 outs and down by the mark of 3-0. And Ford will lace that one up the middle, but Wahab, a good defensive play, and he'll end up slinging it over to first for out number 1. Nicely done, shading to the second bag side, and that's how you make it work. Out number 1, and Sioux City East trying to continue their run with 1 down here, and Quentin Ashcraft back up at the plate here for the first time in game 2. He was right field in game 1 and has done some pitch running duties here in game 2, but his first at bat here across the doubleheader. And Ashcraft in the left-handed batter's box up against the righty here in Caleb Lefavor, who is looking for strikeout number 8 on the night. The 2-0 delivery, that one sent back, and that will make it 2-1. Again, a road ahead for Sioux City East looks like this. On the 12th against Sioux City North, and then on the 14th against Ankeny and Independence, followed by Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. As we go to 2 strikes, that one on a chopper out there, and that will be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. What a play there in that at bat. Oh, wow. That looked like that hit might have something to it, but in the end, again, all she wrote for that at bat, and now we go down to 2 outs and a chance for the Crusaders to do what many thought was possible, but in the end, hard to do in the sweep as Frankie Stoos now again back up at the plate. Excuse me, Hanks back up at the plate. Brody Hanks. So 2 groundouts and now 2 strikes. A chance here to sweep. A no-go on that one. The Black Raiders trying to hold on. They have been scoreless now through 12 plus innings dating back to game 1, and they'll make it yet another. So count it out. What a way to have your 8th strikeout of the game. That is a heck of a play, heck of a doubleheader here for Caleb Lefavor as he punches out 8 on the mound here in game 2, 4 hits in game 1, and they have come into hostile territory and taken the doubleheader sweep. It's a 2-win night here for the Crusaders. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We have postgame coming on up. Don't go anywhere. More coverage, and we get a recap of this game right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great. You can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right. You can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insulites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to Insulites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to Insulites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships
And healthy lifestyles.
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Brown here with IA Baseball. I'm here at the PBR Spring League, but man, there's a whole lot of good that I want to talk to you about outside of what's happening on the fields, and that includes the batting donut. That's right here. The batting donut, I would urge anybody to check out. It is a really cool way to help improve your confidence and boost your energy, boost your endurance, all by slipping this onto your bat. That's it. And hey, look at that. You got sprinkles, you got everything. It's the whole package. And by the way, they come in pink as well. They come in 9 and 16 ounce versions. So go ahead and check that out as soon as you get the chance. A great way to help boost your swing and boost the confidence of your swing as well. So again, if you get the chance, hey, check out the batting donut.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap up our time here. It is the Casmium Sports Postgame Report brought to you by, again, Casmium Sports. We're taking a look at the final box score It is 3-0. Game 2, the win for Heelan. They do so off of 7 hits, 5 left on base. Meanwhile, defensively, what a gem it was. They held East no runs over the last 13 innings, dating back to Game 1. So again, East held scoreless for 13 innings. I don't think you're going to get that the rest of the season. And so that is something that you mark this down, circle it, come back to it, because that, again, this is a year in which you have not seen East go more than maybe 5, 6, or even 7 innings without a run. Again, this was 13 across games 1 and into game 2. Again, East, no runs on just 1 hit in game 2 and 6 runners left on base. Take a look at the road ahead again for both teams. The road ahead for East looks like this. At Sioux City North, who just swept Sergeant Bluff Luton here. And so the standings in conference are getting shaken up quite a bit. And so now they will take on North in their next battle. And again, we have Ankeny Independence on the 14th, followed by a June 17th battle against Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And then a look at Heelan's road ahead.
Lamar's. And that's how we ride it, folks. So with that, we're going to go ahead and say sayonara. We're going to end off here. Lights went out. We'll have more. But again, the road ahead here, as we got more coming on up later. But again, thanks for joining in. It's a sweep for Bishop Heelan over Sioux City East. We got more coming on up. Again, later on Thursday, it will be a single game from Target Field. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again and take care. Stay safe on the base paths. We'll see you later.